Hi there, it's Christine Martinello, and I want to talk to you today about letting go and the lessons of love that we have to let go of other people and circumstances in order to create something new. And so I brought these beautiful flowers in from my garden. We're here outside on a glorious day here in Atlanta, and I wanted to talk to you about the stages of letting go. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because just like these beautiful flowers, life has lots of different seasons. We have, a time to be able to plant seeds. We have a time that things start to grow. We have a time that things bloom. And then we have a time that things start to dwindle a little bit. And then a time for things to be able to die. And so while we want everything to constantly be in full bloom and beauty in our lives, that's just not the way it's going to be. And so I wanted to talk to you about the stages of letting go. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I have two kids that are in college and one that's a senior in high school about to go to college. And as I'm thinking about them and the process of letting them go, as a mom, it has been really challenging. But what I know is because I love them so much, I need to let them go so that they can grow. And so the stages that we pass through are these. First of all, there's the stage of surprise or even shock. If it's something huge, like letting go of a partner that doesn't want to be married anymore, or something like letting go of a house that you've spent your whole life in, those, or your children, that's really surprising or shocking. And so we have to honor that phase and say, you know what, I am really reeling here, and things are really difficult for me now to deal with this change. But then it moves into the next phase, which is grief. And I think that especially as I'm letting my kids go off to college, what a lot of people are saying is, oh, you must be so happy that they're going to college. And I am. This is what we've worked for all these years. And then my 21-year-old is going to be graduating from college and getting a job. And so, yes, I am. But also, I feel sad inside because the part of me that has been the mother and the nurturer of my children is full time. I don't have to do that anymore. I've done my job and they're ready to move on. And so we need to honor that there is this stage of grief and sadness and emptiness that we feel. And so we have to honor that and cry if we want to, take long walks, talk to friends and tell them how we really feel. Do whatever you need to do in order to be able to begin to move forward with the grieving process. But what I have learned is that grief also just catches you unaware sometimes. You might be listening to a song and it reminds you of that person and you might feel sad again. And so realize that grief is a process and a journey. When you go through the grief process, you realize that there comes a point where you need to accept that things have changed and that you have let go, and that have to accept that and start to think about what are the new beginnings and what are the new ways that you're going to operate in the world. And one of the things that I've been thinking about is that as my kids are moving on, I have so much more time to devote to my husband. We get to talk again and have like deep conversations. And I also have more time for fun things that I like to do. I like to golf and I like to read and volunteer. This past week, we had the opportunity to collect donations from lots of different women to provide for 100 women that are deserving women, and we're going to give them purses and toiletries. And I went to the library and picked out 120 awesome books that I think that these women are going to love, along with other volunteers. And that process has brought me so much joy. And so we have to realize that, we have to let go and we have to go through those cycles of life. And sometimes they seem in full bloom, sometimes they feel empty, but we need to go through this process and really trust that God is using it all to help us grow and for us to help other people grow as well. So I hope that that's helpful for you, and I hope that you will continue to let go and honor the journey and the season that you're in now. Fully honor it and keep moving forward.